Good afternoon. We start Newsfeed today with uMkhonto We Sizwe suffering a blow after the Constitutional Court finding that its leader is not fit to contest the elections as its presidential candidate. The judgment comes a little over a week before the election. Despite this, the party adamant it will have a good showing in the elections at the end of the month. Our reporter Juniour Khumalo following the story. He joins us now. Juniour, good afternoon to you. Everyone had been watching this court ruling. Everyone had been waiting to see what would happen. What were the main points of today's Constitutional Court judgment?
Indeed, Stephen, everyone was watching this court case today. But the main thing that came out of this court case was that all the judgments that were made by the Electoral Court were overturned by the Apex Court. In particular, the Electoral Court had found that this was not a sentence as envisaged under Section 47 of the Constitution, which says that if you have been convicted and sentenced to more than 12 months imprisonment, then you cannot stand as a candidate. So the court had ruled that because he could, as former President Jacob Zuma could not appeal this case, then it meant that it wasn't a sentence as envisaged by that section of the Constitution. So the court found today that it actually was a sentence because Zuma was in contempt of court and was sentenced to 15 months in court, in imprisonment, sorry. But also the remission, the Electoral Court had found that the remission actually equated to a lessening of the sentence. But this current court, the Apex Court, said that this was just a lessening of the length of the sentence, not the sentencing itself.
Okay, so basically what this now means, of course, and sort of the upshot of it is that former President Jacob Zuma is not a candidate to be an MP. He's still on the ballot as the leader of uMkhonto We Sizwe. It also means, interestingly, that the MK caucus will probably have to elect a leader among its MPs.
Indeed.
And we don't even know how people have been selected. There was no elections process as far as we understand.
The uMkhonto We Sizwe party was formed 8 months ago. It still has an interim structure, and some of the leadership actually has been fired from the party, including the former founder of the party, Juniour Khumalo. So now they have to elect someone amongst themselves as to who is going to be the presidential candidate should they get those 3/3 majority, because that's what they seem to be aiming for. But let's take a listen to what the secretary had to say of uMkhonto We Sizwe.
Doesn't affect our campaign at all. Our campaign will be strengthened in Gauteng, in Eastern Cape, in Mpumalanga. This week will be on the ground, running all over the country, campaigning for Jacob Zuma's political party, MK, to get the 2/3 majority. Obviously, we will change the constitution because these are all the things we don't like to be dictated by people who must lead political party in National Assembly and who must not lead the political party in Assembly. Jacob Zuma will lead this party. He's in charge of MK party.
That was the MK Party's Secretary General Sihle Ngubane, just explaining that this, according to him, does not affect where the party is going. The former president is still the leader of the party and he's still going to be on the ballot.
Juniour Khumalo, thank you very much indeed. Lots, of course, to look at from this decision.